Okay, so a fun little activity that we can do is make a paper snowflake. So what I have here is a piece of paper. You can cut any paper, whatever it is, just you want a square to start. So you take a piece of regular computer paper, and you just kind of pull it to the side, cut the top off. You want it to be a square. So I'm going to take here, the first step is going to be to cut, to fold this into a diagonal. So I'm going to fold it into a triangle. I'm going to put my two ends together, and I'm going to make a fold. Okay. And now I'm going to fold these two ends together. Now, the trick to getting a really good snowflake is not to make this fourths, but like to make it into, or eighths, is to make it into sixths. So when you get to this point here, so right now I had it in half and in half again. At this point here, you want to make it into thirds. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, the more perfect, the better. But 2/3, I'm going to basically take this edge and visually I'm going to cut it into three sections. So when I fold this edge here, I'm going to fold until this amount here is about the same amount over here. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of eyeball it, and I'm going to say that that's pretty good. I have a nice point over here. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then to get it to be less bulky, I'm going to take this and I'm going to accordion it behind. So now I'm going to put this back here. So I'm going to line it up. You can see that I was pretty close. Oh, I was actually really close for thirds. Okay. So you see how this lines up nice. That lines up nice. Okay. And before we begin, we want to get rid of all this extra fringe on the top. So how I cut that off is I kind of use this middle section as a guide. I'm just going to cut this section off right here. I'm going to cut this section off right here. Okay. And then that's my garbage. Okay. So here's our starting point. If I open this up, you can see already that we have a nice kind of circle going for our snowflake. Okay. So we're getting there. Okay. The trick to a really, really good snowflake is changing the edge, which it changes the outside shape of the snowflake, and then having a lot of holes. If you have too much paper remaining, then it kind of looks a little, it doesn't look as realistic as if there's a lot of holes. Okay, so the things that are holding your snowflake together are the folds, so like on this side and on this side. So you want to make sure that there are pieces here that are attached together, or else your snowflake's going to fall apart. So I like to kind of start at the top, and I'm going to take my scissor, and like I said, I'm going to try and change the edge of my snowflake a lot. Okay, having different kind of lines. So, you know, like I have a smooth curve here, and then I have a point here. Okay, I'm going to cut, and again, I'm having big holes. Okay, so like if I cut here, cut this out. Okay, maybe over here, I'm going to do a shape that comes up almost like an upside down heart. That's kind of cool. Okay, maybe I'll do a triangle. Okay, you can really do anything. The more you do these, the better your idea will be for what it can look like. Okay, just gonna keep cutting. Okay, I'm gonna cut now in here. Like I said, the more you cut away, the more interesting it looks. Okay, maybe over here, I'm gonna cut some. Nah, I like that over there. Cut down here. And then now I'm getting to the tip of the snowflake. Now, if I leave the tip here intact, then the inside, the middle of the snowflake is going to be solid. If I want it to have a hole, I can cut something like that out. All right, now let's see how we did. So I'm going to slowly open this up. Gotta be very delicate because very, very, especially if you have a lot of holes in it, it can be very, very delicate. So that's a process for making a snowflake. Just really kind of do the best you can, cut and experiment. The more you make, the more of them you make, the easier it will be. So that's your tutorial on how to make a really, really nice paper snowflake for the winter.